Can you hear me, Sharia? No? There's Sharia. Say hey.
Hey, Sharia.
Let's see. Okay, so there's my volume. Make sure that. There you go. Yeah, be quiet.
Good morning, everybody. All right. So we are currently live on Facebook, and I am admitting people into the room as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to our first virtual reading event. I'm Sharia Burnett, and I'm excited to present this opportunity to Alamance County and the greater Facebook community. I'm so excited that we have several co-sponsors from the Alamance County community for this event. Those co-sponsors include Future Alamance, Allied Churches of Alamance County, Ebenezer United Church of Christ, Burnett Chapel Christian Church, Alamance Achieves, Genesis Child Development Center, This Woman's Words, and the WNCC Western District Social Action Commission. So I want to thank each of our co-sponsors for all of their work with me over the last few weeks, getting all of this together. I think it's going to be a great event, and I hope that you all consider it a great success. So each time that we have this event, I am going to do a literacy highlight for the parents out there and the caretakers so that you have some information about different literacy resources. Today's literacy resource is called Ready for K, and it is actually available through Alamance Achieves. And so if you go to alamanceachieves.org, you will find additional information about this program. Ready for K is a text message curriculum for parents and caregivers of children ages birth to 3rd grade. It gives you information that the kids will need to help build their language, some literacy skills, and it's available in English, Spanish, and Arabic. is primarily based through text message. And so you can actually sign up to receive those text messages on the Alamance Achieves website. If you have any questions about that, you are welcome to give a call to the people over at Alamance Achieves or to reach out to Lexi Roberts, and I can connect you to her if need be. So now, our author, the amazing, the one and only, Adrienne Barr. So Adrienne Barr is Amazon Teacher's Pick and best-selling author of Dancing with Butterflies, Discovering Mindfulness Through Breathing. She's a resident of Burlington and a graduate of Walter M. Williams High School, class of 2003. She is a proud single mother who earned a Bachelor of Arts in Communications with a minor in telecommunications at Johnson C. Smith University. She often jokes that her daughter earned the degree with her, as she had her daughter a few months before she graduated. She is a 14-year human resources professional who enjoys doing community service, spending time with family and friends, serving at her church, Ebenezer United Church of Christ on Apple Street, and participating in various other activities in the Triad of North Carolina. So with that being said, I ask that you all help me in welcoming the legend that is Adrienne Barr.
Sharia, you are too much. Thank you so much, Sharia, for hosting this event. And I want to thank all of the sponsors for sponsoring this event. It's incredibly important for indie authors to, get their books, messages out there. It's a little different when you're working from the ground up as opposed to working with big name publishers and things of that nature. So thank you everyone for coming and thank you for your time today. So without further ado, let's read Dancing with Butterflies. So I dedicated this book to my daughter, Leah. So to my little dancer, Leah, you are my greatest gift. I am so grateful that I was chosen to nurture you through life's journey. I admire the strength that you have within you and your artistic nature. I love you at every stage of life, and I am excited to see the woman you'll become. I will forever be proud to be your mom. All Leah wants to do is dance. She had found her passion, that one thing she could do all day, every day. Leah loved bending, stretching, twirling, jumping, and gracefully moving to music. Leah's dance teacher, Miss Dora, would help her learn new moves 2 days a week. At home, Leah's mom would play music so Leah could dance around and practice her moves. Leah loved to dance in front of the long mirror in the hallway. She felt so free. Leah would close her eyes and imagine she was dancing on stage with big, bright lights shining on her and the audience cheering. But this time, when Leah opened her eyes and thought about all those people watching her, she began to feel something. It felt like a vacuum came and stole her air and a drum was playing in her chest. My goodness, I can relate to that feeling. How many of you can relate to that feeling? Leah wasn't sure if this was something she could tell her mom. She didn't want to worry her, and she thought the feeling would stop and never come back, so she kept it to herself. The next week at practice, Miss Dora told the class that they are having a dance recital in 3 weeks. Cookie asked, "What's a recital?" Miss Dora replied, "A recital is when you perform in front of a crowd, showing them what you've learned." Leah quickly felt that funny feeling again. It felt like something was fluttering in her tummy. After practice was over, Leah's mom picked her up. As they were heading home, Leah's mom asked, "So, Ladybug, Miss Dora tells me you are all going to have a recital. How are you feeling about that?" Leah had that strange feeling again, so she stayed quiet. "What's wrong, baby?" Mama asked. Leah said, "Every time I think about being in front of all those people, my stomach starts to feel funny." "Oh, honey, it sounds like you have the butterflies," Mom said. Leah exclaimed, butterflies? How do you get butterflies in your stomach? Child, we about to find out. Let's find out how we get these butterflies in your stomach. Mom explained, the butterflies are just a feeling. Those butterflies are your body's reaction to being nervous about something. It can feel like a twister of butterflies blowing around in there. But did you know you can calm those butterflies? Leah replied curiously. How, Mommy? I have to know. I don't like this feeling. If you take a deep breath and let it out slowly, the butterflies will calm down. It's like you're controlling the wind to stop the butterflies. Once they calm down, you can focus on doing whatever you have to do, Mom said. I want to try it, Leah exclaimed. Okay, honey, give it a try. I'll do it with you, Mom said. We'll start by taking a good deep breath, holding it in and counting to 4, then slowly letting out the air and counting to 4. Imagine you're blowing a dandelion. We'll do this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3. You can even close your eyes if you like, Mom said. They took in another deep breath. This time, Leah closed her eyes. Then they let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you feel, honey? Mom asked. Leah noticed those butterflies within her had settled. I feel better, Mommy. It worked. Later that night, after Mom tucked her into bed and gave her goodnight kisses, Leah began to practice the breathing again. She liked the way taking those deep breaths and releasing them made her feel. Every time she inhaled, she was inhaling calm. Every time she exhaled, she was releasing anything that bothered her. She felt like she was the princess of air, controlling each moment by just breathing. It felt so magical to her. The day of the recital had finally come. Leah and her classmates were dressed in beautiful, long flowing dresses and were waiting on the sides of the stage. Leah peeked out to see if she could find where her mom was sitting, but all she saw was a sea of faces. Instantly, the butterflies in her stomach began to put on their own show. Oh no, Leah thought. There's so many people and the butterflies are back. Just then, Miss Dora announced it was time to go on stage. Go do your best. All of you will do great, she said. Look at that poor baby's face. She looks so worried. Leah felt like the butterflies were walking her on stage instead of her feet. Her hands got sweaty and the drums began playing in her chest again. Her legs began wobbling with the drums. She got a lot going on, y'all. There's so much going on. What do I do about these butterflies and drums, Leah thought. Just as Leah walked to her spot, she saw her mom in the front row. Mom smiles and motions for her to breathe. Oh, that's right, Leah thought. I can calm them down. Leah took a deep breath and let it out slowly. She could still feel those butterflies. Leah closed her eyes and took another deep breath, then let the air out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. She did this another 2 times, imagining herself gently blowing a dandelion. She felt calm and at home in her body, confident that she could dance carefree. It worked. The music and lights came on and Leah and her classmates began to dance. Leah dances with grace, not missing a beat. Her arms stretched towards the ceiling and her legs and feet kept perfect time with the routine and music. Leah realized that breathing helped her clear her mind so she could perform and have fun in the moment. Once the dance was over, the crowd stood up and cheered. Yeah! Leah looked at her mom and they smiled at each other. Mom blew her kisses and continued cheering. Leah was so proud of herself. She calmed those fluttery butterflies, stopped the beating drums, and danced beautifully on stage. She felt like she could do anything. I hope you all enjoyed this story. Let this be a beautiful reminder for both kids and adults that whatever you're going through, no matter how troublesome it can be, you can get through it. Just remember to breathe.
Thank you, Adrienne. Y'all join me in thanking Miss Barr for reading to us today. Such a wonderful book and such an important message. Oh, we got some clappers. I see y'all clapping. We need this message, even some of us adults, during these COVID times, these reminders to breathe. Bailey and Zoe, I see y'all. Y'all make sure y'all remembering to breathe. Don't let the butterflies get the best of you, okay? All right. So Adrienne, where can our readers and their parents find you on social media?
Absolutely. On Facebook, you can find me at author Adrienne Barr, or you can follow my main page. Doesn't matter. They all blend together, and Adrienne Barr. On Instagram, you can find me at Dreenie_Nicole, and that's DREANIE_NICOLE.
Thank you. And for those of you who want to connect with Adrienne, she is tagged in the live video on Facebook, so you can reach her that way if you didn't catch the spelling of her name. I want to thank you all for participating in our first virtual reading for this week. Next week, we will have Joy Rush, who will talk to us about yoga fun A to Z for kids, and she might even do a little yoga exercise for the young folks. And we have about 11 more authors and readers. So you all keep tuning in, keep checking all of our social media pages, and we'll keep letting you know when and where we need you to be. So I'll see you next Saturday, 11:30 a.m. on Zoom for some yoga fun. Y'all have a great Saturday.